Hello there, kia ora. Have you noticed a bit more of a noise coming from those anti-mandate, anti-vaccine groups of people out there, particularly their public-facing media outlets or personas? Well, there is a reason for that. It's called a post-election confidence boost, and it's actually something that we see happen to a lot of different groups and organizations just after an election. For example, there was a bevy of news stories around how business groups were really confident after the election of the National Party, or how the real estate industry was really confident it had absolutely nothing to do with the massive amounts of money that they donated to the political party and are now getting backdated taxes for. Nothing at all, but they are really, really confident in the new government. And when it comes to these anti-vaccine, anti-mandate fringe groups, well, they're just as confident in that boost because of, well, these two idiots, let's be fair, because these two were the ones that flirted with them the most during the election campaign to get elected. Now, this is a sort of thing that's tracked quite a bit in past elections, generally in the US, where they found that there are kind of four sorts of outcomes that are going to happen. If you have a political party that you expect to lose and they lose, or a political party that you expect to win and they win, your confidence levels don't really change. If you have a political party that you expect to win and they lose, that's a bit of a hit to the confidence. And if you have a political party that you expect to lose and they win, that can be a big boost to your confidence. And that's what we're seeing here. Because these fringe groups, which do make up a minority of groups within society, they generally weren't expecting to get many people, if any, into Parliament, and they already have a few in there. And the ones that they've platformed already, including people like Shane Jones, have issues around, well, let's just say, conflicts of interest. But that means that these groups like Reality Check Radio and Voices for Fascism, Freedom, are really out there to make sure that these people succeed. But it also gives them a confidence boost on what it is that they can push, which results in some really awful stuff. Like this week, platforming this guy, Martin Sellner, who was somebody that the Christchurch terrorist looked up to, corresponded with, donated money to, and was inspired by before what he did in Christchurch. This is a man who's gone out and attacked synagogues with swastikas that they've decided to platform. Now, it could be argued that they just want all kinds of opinions, but the individual that was platforming them, well, he's not really known for his really open-minded views on the world. At the same time, this is very much a shift of the Overton window for viewers and listeners to organizational material like Reality Check Radio. Well, Voices for Freedom claim that they were just a group of mums who were concerned about a vaccine. They're now literally platforming people who want to go out and get rid of people they consider others, more so than they did before. And they can get away with it for a couple of reasons. One, online radio is not covered at all under something like the Broadcasting Standards Authority. At the same time, their audience is being groomed specifically to get to this particular point, where the idea of fascism ideals is something that they are normalized with. If this was to appear on something like News Hub or TVNZ or News Talk ZB, maybe not News Talk ZB, but your traditional mainstream media outlets, there would be an outcry. But there hasn't been for this one, because they've got this confidence boost that they can start platforming these more extreme ideals because they've got the backing of those MPs that they back to try and get into Parliament, like Casey Costello, Shane Jones, Winston Peters, and David Seymour. And it all comes down to the fact that they got in at the election and they're the most vocal members of this cabinet at the moment. They're the ones who dominate the headlines. Therefore, that confidence boost comes through from knowing, well, the people that they support are people that get all the media attention.